aspiraltotheself on our astrological energy forecast. This will be for the week of January 20th to the 26th of 2025. Thank you for clicking on to my video. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for your likes, your shares, comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Please keep in mind, okay, I do oracle readings during this astrological energy forecast, in which these are collective oracle readings. Therefore, the messages will not and may not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit. If it doesn't fit, okay, if it's not resonating with you, it just means I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. Okay, in the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health, please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be, and if I mention them at all, it is either what's on the cards, or it is what my intuition is picking up on, and if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to speak to those experts in those areas of expertise. I am also the author of the oracle, both fairy tales in my hand here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is fairy tale written for children with their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to it, it can help them to overcome all obstacles, help them to heal from all traumas, as well as come to their happy ending in whichever way that looks for them. Okay, it's a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as the Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen. This is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from family, lovers, and friends, and how to keep that inner flame lit despite any adversity you may be going through. That no matter how dire your situation may seem, that you always have a choice and that you're never alone. There's always benevolent beings that are around you just waiting for you to give them permission to provide you with guidance and to intervene and to intercede on your behalf so that way you can fulfill your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Both of these books are written in the Bard format, okay? So think like Dr. Seuss meets Grimm's fairy tales. They rhyme. They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them. They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good as you read them. The audiobook has been released for both books and will be attached to this video for your convenience, as well as can be found on my channel. However, if you wish to purchase the physical copy of either books, you can find them on online retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, just to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice is in its second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition, as well as the ebooks and my products, may be found on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information will be in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages, so that way you do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading and forecast with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess Morgan, the 23, Lu, the archangels, my ancestors, and the seen unseen. Please only allow in this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any low vibrational entities, things, or energies try to come through or try to ask, reject, open a portal, remote, view, or be a monitoring spirit, and the past, the present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, in which I give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf in whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to see we want the collective to know and provide clear, concise messages. If any decide to abuse technology any kind of way, where I try to take a screenshot, or tries to ask, reject, open portal, remote, view, or be a monitoring spirit in the set, in the past, the present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, which will give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them to justice in your way. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers as I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, hexes, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft, and bindings, let them be dissolved, transmuted, and intervened with by the All-High. The sinner's mask be ripped off, they'll be unable to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. Okay, collective, I hope you guys are doing well, navigating through these energies. So as always, we begin with the retrograde energies. This is the background energy that's going on, okay? And the collective, we have the retrograde energies, which can span from a few weeks to several months. And then we have the aspectal energies, which can last from, over 24 hours to 3 weeks. And then we have the daily energies, which can last from like a few minutes to, up to 24 hours. So let's get into that. So first we have Uranus retrograde, which will be in retrograde until January 29th of 2025. Okay, Uranus is currently in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is its detriment sign. Uranus is all about, illusions and being eccentric, things like that. And Taurus is about, being practical, being stable, being, going slow and steady, grounding, okay? And when they are together, it means that we may struggle to be our most authentic self in a practical way. Like maybe we struggle to, we think that we're too much for people, or we have to dial ourselves down because people won't like us. And what we're gonna find out as of next week is we don't care. Your vibe attracts your tribe, okay? So the more you are your authentic self, the the more you are going to be in alignment with attracting your high vibrational soul tribe that is actually meant for you. What does that mean to the everyday person? That means like you're going to attract people who are more in alignment with your goals, with your journey, with what do you want from life, okay? It's going to essentially make people who are not meant for you to essentially get out of your life in whatever way that is, like having boundaries, you know, you having boundaries with them and them not liking it, or, you know, like them walking away from you, you blocking them, whatever. Either way, anyway, they're going to be out of your life. So again, you're going to realize that you're happier being you, and your vibe attracts your tribe, okay? Like you're not settling for less than you deserve, and you don't need to water yourself down. You don't need to make yourself small, dim your light to make someone else feel like the sun, okay? Then we have Jupiter retrograde, which will be in retrograde until February 4th of 2025, okay? Jupiter is all about expansion, luck, travel, knowledge, okay? But then it's paired with the sign of Gemini, which is actually its fall sign, okay? You would think that they would go hand in hand together, but they don't. They're both about gathering information. Gemini is all about gathering information, you know, conversating with people, just trying to get whatever kind of knowledge they can get, or sharing the knowledge that they have. But with it being paired with Jupiter, it means that we're gathering information from within. So a lot of introspective energy, trying to get the information and knowledge that we need to be further into our soul's purpose. Okay, we're trying to tap into that wisdom. Okay, uncovering things from our past, not dwelling on the past, uncovering things from our past to, you know, adjust and to look forward. So that way we can be in alignment to be further in our life purpose, whatever that is. Then you have Mars retrograde, which will be in retrograde until February 23rd of 2025. Okay, Mars started its retrograde period in Leo, which means there was a specific creation that we had to create. We had the innocent courage, which means we weren't blinded by ego. We weren't blinded by, you know, wondering if people were liking us or if it would benefit us. It was just something that our soul needed to express, and it had to be done. Okay, but now it's currently in the sign of Cancer, which means now we're finding strength through our tenacity, okay, being protective over our loved ones as well as nurturing ourselves. Now, the weekly energies here. Okay, so again, I'm going to talk about the intuitive part. We are in a time period right now where there is just a lot of just intuitive messages going on, okay, and I'll get more into that in just a second. But I've been getting a lot of downloads, and some of these downloads just aren't enough to, you know, make an actual collective tarot reading on it, okay, or I have kind of already. So I'm just going to touch on it briefly in this video as well, just to give you like what I'm picking up, along with, you know, the astrological forecast and some cards. So I am going to pull additional cards in this reading, okay, just to provide you with more clarity and guidance that I am receiving at this time. Many planets are in the sign of Pisces, okay? In astrology, it's called a stellium. And that essentially means there's going to be a lot of energy of Pisces this week. And what does that mean? That means like we may be a little bit emotional. It really means that we're going to have a very heightened sense of intuition. Like our intuition is going to be more reliable than common sense at this point. So really pay attention to it. But also it means that we're going to have, essentially we're going to be more focused on going with the flow at this point, okay? And something that I didn't mention last week just because of all the energies, but I am going to mention it this week because it is part of this week, is that the North Node is now in the sign of Pisces, which is the fall sign for the North Node, okay? Before it was in the sign of Aries, okay, and that was taking the actions needed to be further in our soul purpose, but it's in its retrograde as well, which means now it's in the sign of Pisces, okay? And this is going to be from January 12th of 2025 to July 26th of 2026. Now, with North Node being in Pisces, it means that we're aligning with our purpose and connecting deeper to our intuition, okay? And with there being a stellium this week, it's going to be essentially an entire week where the planetary alignment is going to be in the sign of Pisces. So we're going to get a lot of intuitive messages this week. Hence, the corresponding chakra for this week is the third eye, okay? A lot of intuitive downloads. I've been getting them as well, okay? I've been getting a lot of intuitive downloads, and It's some of them are coming out in the collective tarot readings, but then I'm also getting others, just on the daily. And it seems like it's more motivational. Okay, the things that I'm drawn to, or the things that I'm waking up to, or what I'm seeing in the dream state. I'm picking up heavy goddess energy. Okay, there's a lot of goddess energy right now, and it's not like the sunshine, warm and daisies goddess energy. It's the dark feminine energy. Okay, and I know many people don't really understand what that means. Dark feminine, think like the Morgan, think like Kali Ma, think like Sekhmet, think like the mother of us all, who has both light and dark within. And the previous week, I was really picking up on God's vengeance, okay, with the natural disasters, and just how 2025 is the year of endings and closures and new beginnings, okay, and how so many people have tried to prevent destiny, trying to prevent fate, trying to stop this new era that's already here, trying to use like woo-woo, witchcraft, whatever, trying to stop it, playing a lot in the ethers, doing these kind of things. And it's like the all high, these gods and goddesses were just sitting back waiting for people to see how much they were willing to do. It's a fated event for them to do it, but they're just seeing how far they'll take it. It's a fated event for just that these people would, dabble in this or do this because maybe they've done it in a previous life. But like how you do it is essentially free will, okay? Like how far are you willing to take it? And apparently these people are willing to take it pretty far. Okay, 2025, just know that they're always going to keep coming for you, okay? If you have been dealing with spiritual warfare, okay, for, in 2024, 2023, okay, this isn't gonna resonate with everybody, but if you've been dealing with spiritual warfare at least for the past 2 or 3 years, know that those people are still going to try to come for you this year, okay? And we're starting to be made aware of that these people are still going to try, that they're still going to be allowed to live and to breathe this year. I have, picked up some of their deaths just because they won't stop playing with it. They won't stop doing the death spells. They won't stop trying to summon things or wish death on you, okay? But some of them, part of their curse is to live in pain and suffering. Part of their curse is to watch someone else that they've been doing the woo-woo with die. Like, part of their curse, and this is a God's curse, okay, this is a divine curse, which means you can't go to any practitioner to undo it or to cleanse you. You can't, do a ritual bath or cleanse your space to get it off you. It means it's stuck on you for the end of your days and until the next life. It's stuck to your soul. So there's no transferring it. There's no trying to swap, with someone else. It's not how it works, okay? So these people are cursed by the All High because of how much they were doing, okay? There's a lot of return to senders here. There's a lot of backfires. But also, it's like you've got karmic debt that has to be paid as well, and that's why they keep trying. That's why they're going to keep trying, because they have everything to lose, including their soul and their lives, okay? These people know what's coming for them. At least they know, at least the surface level, that what's coming for them will devastate their life in every way. There will not be a shred of happiness for them in their future. Their future is very bleak. Like, this is jail time. This is being like impaired in some kind of way physically to where they're not going to get any kind of enjoyment. They're going to be codependent and be at the mercy of other people. This is, being broke, busted, and disgusted for the rest of their days, like never having a penny, never being able to, buy what they need. These people know, at least on that level, okay? That's why they're going to keep trying. But just know they're scared as they keep trying. Their hands will tremble as they keep coming for you. They will talk about you. They're going to, whisper. They're going to, still mutter their curses, try to summon their darkness and their demons. But just trust and believe they're going to be trembling. They're going to be scared as they do it. They know that any time that they do it, it just further aids you. And if they haven't come to that, recollection yet, it just means that they're not very intelligent individuals, and they never were. Low IQ people. And the goddess energy that I've been picking up on, the dark goddess, is here to keep you motivated, to give you a different perspective, okay? I've been picking up on a lot of, essentially, I am a high priestess of Banja, as well as the great goddess Morgan. They're connected, okay? Banja would be over great goddess Morgan. So I'm connected to both. Banja is the divine mother of us all, okay? Think you have God, his counterpart would be Banja, goddess, okay, in the Celtic tradition. You have to have both energies, as we all have both energies within us to create the all, to create one. Again, I'm not here to teach you about my spiritual beliefs, okay? I'm just giving you the message as I get it. Believe what you want, do what you want, you're a grown person, okay? Everybody's spirituality is different. They have different things, different entities, different beings that speak to them, okay? Some of them is hereditary. Mine is hereditary, okay? So it's followed my family. It's who awoke in me, okay, when I was going through my own spiritual warfare. But I've been picking up a lot of Banja messages, okay? And Banja's here. She's heard your thoughts. She's heard your like, why the fuck won't you just end these people's lives already? Why are they able still to live and to breathe? Why are they able to still do the witchcraft, like burn it all down, break the hand so that way they never, or cut the hand off through some kind of freak accident where they can never light a candle again. Do something to them, impair them to where they can't do it again. Make that spell the last spell they ever do, right? Like, I understand. I've been picking that up from you guys a lot. And trust and believe, I get it. I get it. But the message from Banja is these people are fated to suffer. These people are fated to have a miserable, miserable existence for the rest of their days. Death is too kind for them. They will suffer exponentially for the rest of their days. And that the witchcraft they're doing, the divine is allowing, because all it's going to be used is to either, one, for you to transmute into blessings. Two, to further aid you. Essentially, the divine is using these people as a stepping stool. So you are literally walking on your enemies. And I heard this spiritual practice. I don't know if you want to do it or not, but I'm just going to provide the knowledge. It's like this. There's a spiritual practice where you write the person's name down on a piece of paper, and you put it under your foot in your shoe, and you walk on them. Because essentially you are walking on them. The divine is making you, putting you to walk on them, because they won't stop sending you the energy. So you are just walking on them. The divine is using them to level you up. Essentially, let me give you an example. If you are destined to have a spirit baby, but you, as of right now, either have infertility issues, or you can't have kids anymore, okay? Or there's just something going on there. And these people know, say if you're divine feminine, that you're supposed to have said spirit baby. They don't care about logic, they just care that you know, right? So they start sending all this energy to your sacral chakra. Just sending it, trying to make you infertile, trying to, make it to where your insides don't work, trying to make it to where you don't have sex or whatever, okay? But you being the alchemist, you being the transmuter, now all of a sudden, because of all the energy that they've sent you, they've given you their power, quite literally, you now will be able to give that gift of life. If they didn't want you to have it, they should have never given you the energy, because of them, you now have it. That's the example that Banja wants you to remember. These people will not stop you. It is fated, it is written. They cannot delay you, they cannot stop you. All they can do is further destroy themselves and keep adding that weight that is karmic debt, their karmic debt, to further crush them, but them still be alive. No matter how much weight they accumulate, they will have to bear it and be alive. They will beg for death, but it will not come. So Banja wants you to know that message. And I'm going to pull some cards for Banja, okay? So if you see on my community board the messages that I've been getting, those are just the downloads that I've been getting, okay? The messages that I've been getting from her when it comes to understanding, like, why are they still doing it? Remember who you are. Remember what backs you. These people will never touch you. Keep up with your spiritual hygiene. Keep up with your spiritual practices that you've been doing. You've already survived their worst. What you're getting now is their desperation, their measly attempts. That with divine intervention at play, your spiritual team, your ancestors, it's already thwarted. So again, all they're doing is erecting more curses to bind to themselves. Let them destroy themselves. You are their best and greatest adversary. They thought you were prey, not knowing that the hunter is now the hunted. They underestimated you. They never knew you. They took your kindness for weakness, not knowing that kindness only comes from the strong. And every time they try to betray you, hurt you, give you trauma, okay, put obstacles in your life, all it does is elevates you. It gets you more blessings. They hate watching you get blessings. They hate watching you happy, but they're the ones who are giving you, quite literally, the energy to do it. They're giving you all that energy to give you everything that you've ever wanted. They're taking their own blessings, their own desires, away from themselves, sacrificing themselves to give to you. You just got to keep up with your spiritual practice. We're told way in advance about what they're going to do when they're going to do it. And it's like, you're already protected. You already made all the necessary changes to be high vibration. You've already made the necessary changes in your life to keep you in your north node. Once you've awoken, you can't be put back to sleep. So any kind of attempts they make is just futile. It's nothing, at least to you. To them, again, it'll just add more weight to crush them, but they won't die. So, Bonja wants you to have that message. Let's see what kind of cards Bonja wants you to have. Bonja, what would you like the collective to know when it comes to their adversaries that keep doing their woo-woo on them? What messages do you have the collective? What do you want the collective to know when it comes to their adversaries still doing their witchcraft on them? What do you want the collective to know, Bonja? Bonja wants to know that you have unseen help, that you are being held. Again, remember who backs you. Remember what kind of forces that surround you. Again, when they came for you with their spiritual warfare, it activated your spiritual army. It activated your spiritual team, who are no one to play with, no one to mess with. They go high and they go low. They don't care. And they can be petty, right? But you have unseen help. But you also have help from your community. And if you see this old woman here, this isn't Bonja, because Bonja is every face, every age, all wrapped into one. Just think, if you need to, because we have technology now, think of just like a screen show of just pictures of women over and over and over again. Like, I know there's art where they take different pictures of different people and they take the colors and make some kind of painting or make some kind of like artwork out of it. Imagine that. Bonja is every woman. Bonja is every age. All at the same time. This is Bonja holding you, letting you know that you have help. You are not alone. They're alone. They have no spiritual protection, which is very dangerous when you're messing with the etheric realms. Yeah, that you are in the great void, okay? That you are to embrace this pause period, this time out, okay? Again, we're in that Pisces season. We're in that Pisces astrological event right now where many planets are in the sign of Pisces, as well as our north node, for the next 18 months. Okay, this is the void, the great cosmic womb. Okay, embrace winter, because this is where we nurture the seeds that are going to grow for us. Again, the fertile void, that you need to rest and have patience. Okay, there's potency here, there's promise. You're going to have this new beginning. Again, 2025, you're going to have this new beginning. That your life is a canvas, okay? You are the artist. You get to live the life that you want, okay? So manifest. Have creative accountability, which means you got to be accountable with yourself, okay? Your thoughts, what you do, who you're around, okay? Don't give your power away by blaming other people. Blaming others for why I'm stuck because of so-and-so. You give your power away. Understand that you right now are a manifester. You're manifesting the reality, what you truly want in life at this time, okay? So manifest wisely. That the silver linings right now, relief, hope, mercy, it's over. Again, they've already done their worst to you and you survived. It built you. It made you. Every scar, every shadow of your soul is a testament of the battles that have been fought and won. It's over. Find the silver linings in it. That when the world tried to break you, tried to tear you down, it didn't succeed. They didn't understand that you're a living, breathing, walking revolution. That spark in your eyes is a inferno that has been ignited. The worst is already over. You survived it all. Anything that throw at you now, quote unquote, it's child's play. That you are the holy grail, so stop the endless searching, okay? You are the best thing for you. So stop looking outward for validation, start looking inward again. That Pisces energy, going within, but then also that Jupiter and Gemini, you know, and being in retrograde, you're trying to figure out gaining wisdom. Wisdom comes from experience. All these experiences, how it aids you to be further in your soul's purpose. That your grandmother's here, the ancestors are here to give you perspective, okay? So trust the weavings of your life, of your path. That you get a fresh start. And during this North Node in Pisces, you're going to have a fresh perspective. Again, new beginning, but all starts with you having a positive outlook, because again, our thoughts have weight. So when we think positive things, we attract those kind of outcomes. When we focus on the what ifs and focus on the bad, we attract those kind of outcomes. But you've got a new start here. It's time to slow down. Maybe you need to spend some time in nature, okay? Walking in nature. One, is good for you, helps your heart chakra, which we know with the 111 portal and the full moon in Cancer, there's a lot of people trying to attack people's heart chakras, trying to, you know, re-traumatize them, attack their wounds, things like that. When you walk, it helps your heart chakra, but also if you walk in nature, it cleanses your aura. It helps you to ground. Codes of the seeds, okay? The blueprint is within you and you'll be provided with the next steps. Again, with this North Node and Pisces, but also with this heavy Pisces energy. Now, for the entire week, the energy will be, we may struggle to be our most authentic self. However, we must go through this struggle, learn from it, in order to strengthen our character through finding strength through our tenacity. Our intuition will be heightened all throughout the week, providing us with very clear messages and mystical ways on how to be the leader we are meant to be by reconnecting with the world and to be innovative. Okay, so again, heavy intuitive energy this week, and the messages are going to be very, very clear. Okay, very, very clear, because you got heavy Mercury energy this week. And the Mercury energy is very clear and efficient. I think Mercury's in Capricorn, so it's very, very clear and efficient messages. Like, you're not going to be able to mistake what it is that you know. Spirit, what is the struggle that the collective needs to learn from? What is the struggle when it comes to traveling, changing location? So actually physically moving from people who are trying to get you to let go of your path. So if you see in this card, there's lots of doors here and they're shut. And you've got all this ruckus over here with the animals or whatever trying to pull this woman off her path. You have to move away from the people, places, things that are trying to take you off of your path, trying to stop you from being your most authentic self. We have 222, which is angel number to bring all balance, to bring balance to all areas of your life, okay? You have to go through this. You may struggle to be your most authentic self because you're not in the right place with the right people. And it's never going to change no matter what you do. You're being told to move away from it. Get rid of people, places, and things that are trying to take you off your path, that are trying to make you dim your light, trying to make yourself small. And you have to go through this. As well as for the rest of this week, our intuition will be very heightened and will expose the truth to us in very clear, however, mystical ways, okay? So these messages are going to come about mystical ways through our dreams and visions. However, the messages will be very clear on where we need to initiate changes in order to transform a wound into power. This may cause us stress. However, we will be able to overcome this obstacle through finding strength through our tenacity, which is a huge message this week, is finding strength through our tenacity. What changes need to be initiated this week for the collective? What changes is the collective? When it comes to your family tree, when it comes to expanding your family tree, being able to achieve this. So again, I know I channeled that message for a reason. I said that at the beginning. When it came to, you know, if you were trying to have a child, but you're incapable, you're unable, you got your tubes tied, okay, or you're infertile, there's something wrong, okay, Your intuition is going to tell you how you can do it. How can you achieve expanding your family? This could be being married, okay? This could be having a child. How you can complete this reward, okay? How you can take some kind of wound that you have, which, giving in this context, a wound would be like fear of abandonment, would be like, I haven't had successful relationships. All my relationships were karmic or very abusive, especially with family. Like, how it makes me think that all relationships are like that. That would be a wound that you could turn and transform into a blessing for you, meaning you're going to be with someone you were meant to be with, a higher vibrational soul tribe member, okay? High level twin flame or soulmate. You can get this reward. You're at this finish line. You just have to take the changes to initiate. You have to make the changes to initiate, to transform that wound into power. Okay. So now let's get into the daily energies. And there's days that have a lot of heavy energy, which I'm going to advise you to slow down, pause, and rest. Okay, definitely spend at least an hour a day meditating or partaking in some kind of self-care, because the energy is going to be very weighted down. Okay, it's going to be a little oppressive in a way. Okay, January 20th, the sun will sextile North Node. There will be many opportunities for us to be innovative and to reconnect with our soul's purpose through connecting with our intuition. Our intuition will be very heightened, providing us with oracular strength and spiritual protection. So again, your intuition has always been able to be counted on. I know I've been tripping up on my words a lot in this reading, and I think that's just because of the energy. Again, there's been a lot of distractions just trying to film this. So let that be confirmation for you. Like, instead of me trying to edit to make myself seem perfect, I'm just going to keep this way for you to know the energy. Your intuition is going to be very heightened. It's going to be providing you with a lot of messages. However, there could be a lot of distractions going on where you need to slow down so you can hear these messages, because they're going to be very, very clear. Just come about mystical ways, and you're going to miss them if you don't slow down. January 21st. Mercury squares Chiron, Sun conjunctions Pluto, and the Moon will be in Scorpio, which is a detriment sign for the Moon. The energy will be very harmonious to reconnect with the world through innovation, resulting in revolutionizing our lives. Being clear and efficient in our communications will assist us in overcoming any obstacles preventing us from transmuting a wound into power. However, note, the energy will be very disharmonious pursuing our passions, gathering information, and being intimate with others. Okay, the Scorpio energy. You may not want to be around others on this day. January 23rd, okay, this is going to be a heavy, heavy day. Mars sextiles Uranus, Mercury squares Lilith, Mercury opposition Mars, Mercury trines Uranus, Mars squares Lilith, Moon will be in Libra. We are in a new period and releasing any constraints to healing our relationships without conforming through finding strength through our tenacity. Taking the lead, being clear and efficient in our communications may be stressful, as we'll feel the need to be protective over our loved ones. Our intuition will be focused on bringing peace and balance to our relationships, as there will be many opportunities to find strength through our tenacity of being our most authentic self and to heal without conforming. Again, like not having to dim your light or make yourself small. January 25th, Venus trines Mars. We are in a new period of connecting with our intuition that will enable us to be able to hear and see what is being hidden from us. In order to nurture ourselves, be protective over our loved ones, and find strength through our tenacity. Again, your intuition is going to be your best friend this week. It's going to protect you. It's going to provide you with the information, the answers that you need, even if things that are hidden. Things that people are trying to keep hidden. People who are trying to cloak things. You're going to hear it. You're going to see it in some kind of way. January 26th, Mercury will sextile Neptune, Venus sextile Uranus, and the Moon will be in Capricorn. Okay, this is also a day that's going to have a lot of energy, but the 23rd is like the most. There will be many opportunities for us to receive very clear messages in mystical ways that everything is connected. Our deeds form an endless chain of events, as above, so below. So what's done in the ethers is going to be down here in the physical realm. Okay, so what that means, when I told you about like God's vengeance and things like that, and how people have just done things to hurt themselves. Many of these people are in spiritual court. They're in spiritual jail and the ethers. They're bound and tied up. As above, so below. They're going to be locked up and oppressed here in the physical realm as well. These messages will communicate clearly how to be the leader we are meant to be, as well as to believe in the power of love again, anytime we struggle to be our most authentic self. The day will be a weekend to taking the lead or to pursuing our ambitions. So again, the chakra that coincides with this week, okay, is the third eye chakra. Amethyst is definitely a good stone that can protect your third eye and your crown chakra. It's very high vibrational, okay, very protective as well. I'm wearing some right now. Also the color purple. So the third eye is how we are able to record, obtain some picture symbols, colors, and images that represent our reality. It's linked to our pituitary gland, okay, which controls hormones such as the endocrine functions, which contains magnetite. It works with our sacral chakra, which I mentioned earlier. Your sacral chakra is right here, which is your creativity, your sensuality, your self-worth, to enable manifesting when stimulated by an emotional desire, okay? Also, your sacral chakra is like the house between that and your solar plexus. It's the house of your inner child. So your inner child will create visuals for you. That's why dreams are kind of vivid and like crazy looking sometimes. Very artistic, it seems. Because your inner child is trying to make sense of your reality and give you a message that you will understand. And if you have a hard time with that, there's books out there that can help you with that. I'm trying to think of what the book's called. I can see it in my mind's eye, but I can't remember the title. It's like Intuitive Messages, aforementioned by Carolyn Myss, but I don't remember who wrote it other than her. But she essentially takes Carolyn Myss, who is a author that writes about the chakras and how they relate to sickness and areas of our lives that we need to heal. She takes that kind of information and talks about essentially how you can train your mind to, how you can train your third eye to give you your higher self, to give you information in a way that you can understand it, versus it being just like a whole bunch of nonsense, right? It provides potential life paths and choices based on our self-image and deserving beliefs. So again, that's self-worth energy. If our internal programming is positive and loving, it will provide us with life-enhancing future options. Okay, so again, that's why I mentioned like keeping your thoughts positive. You will attract what it is that you think about. Like if you think of mostly positive things, like how worthy you are, being very self-loving in your communications with yourself, you will attract those kind of experiences. But if you are very negative on the inside, you put yourself down, you beat yourself up, you try to convince yourself that you're not worthy of things, then it provides self-destructive options for you. Okay, that doesn't serve your highest good or purpose. The yang function of this chakra is the ability to see and reach the future and providing the strategy. The yin function of this chakra is our self-image and perception. Our soul communicates the desires for the future and what needs change in order to reach it. Again, this week is all about taking the initiative to initiate the changes needed to transform some kind of wound into power when it comes to expanding our family. Because you reach that finish line, and so you can have that result, that reward. But then also having that character firming, okay, where we need to be our most authentic self. But we need to be okay with moving away from things, places, and people that are trying to take us off our path. So those are two areas that our intuition is going to be talking to us about this week. It's desires, like, hey, I want to move forward, but Joe Schmo here and Sally Mae are what's oppressing us and they're keeping us back. Like they're sabotaging us, they're trying to stop us from reaching our full potential, because us being ourselves illuminates to them what they'll never be, because they've settled, they've given up their freedom, they're happy being in their mediocre life. If this chakra is at a misalignment or malfunction, it can lead to brain tumors, hemorrhage, stroke, neurological disturbances, blindness, deafness, full spine difficulties, seizures, and learning disabilities. Okay, my collective, I hope you enjoyed this message on what to expect this week. Okay, if you like my vibe, this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel. Please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen. Bye.